What's up, Spud Nation? Welcome to the SportsCoach.com's fantasy show. Hey, we're here. We're in round 2 of the playoffs from the majority of you, and we're ready to keep on winning. Let's keep rolling. Keep getting those optimum lineups in there. All you can do, roll it out there, put your top scoring team on the field, and get that W. Let's keep on winning. Spud Nation, we're doing a great job. All the emails I've been getting in, we've advanced to the second round. Hey, one step closer to winning that money. You have any questions, hit me up, Craig at thesportscoach.com. That's CRAIG at thesportscoach.com. You can also hit me up on Facebook, like The Sports Coach. Follow along on there. You get all my updates, everything like that, all my tweets. Hit me up on Twitter as well, The Sports Coach. Lots of different avenues for you guys to get a hold of me. I'm here. I answer all your questions. I answer them quickly. And so far, pretty darn efficiently. Keep coming back. Tell your friends. Spread the word. This is what it's all about. Let's get rolling. We have a second round playoff game to win. Let's do this. Starting off Thursday night game. Thursday night action. Always scary, but hey, let's do it up. Jacksonville taking on Atlanta. Not many people are as hot as Maurice Jones-Drew right now. Not a huge fan of the Jacksonville offense, but you can't argue with the little bowling ball. He's just scoring touchdowns at an enormously quick rate right now. Start him. You probably drafted him really high anyway. Ride him to another victory. As far as the rest of the Jacksonville Jaguars, no way. Not a good play at all. Maurice Jones-Drew, you're representing for the Jags. On Atlanta's sideline, you have Matt Ryan, red hot, coming off 2 very solid weeks, and strong weeks from quarterbacks means he's got to have someone to throw the ball to. Julio Jones looking like a 4th-year vet. He's just looking like a beast. Julio Jones, a very nice play this week, and I also love what Roddy White is doing. He is doing the past month what we thought he'd be doing the entire season. Roddy White showing up right in time for all you fantasy owners. You drafted him high, you have him now, ride him. That's what you got to do. It's a great matchup as well. Jaguars defense, pretty strong against the run, sucks balls against the pass. Tony Gonzalez, Julio Jones, Roddy White, Matt Ryan, all 4 of those very strong plays this week. Michael Turner, on the other hand, I never thought I'd say this. Michael Turner is a guy, if your bench is strong enough, Turner can sit. Carries are going down. Production is going down. He looks old and beat up right now. And the Jaguars' run defense is pretty solid. Michael Turner, a guy you might want to bench this week. Saturday's game, Dallas taking on Tampa Bay. Hold on just a second. Dallas's offense is going to score and score in bunches. Here we go. This is who you need to start. Tony Romo, we're going to throw the ball all over the place. He's got 4 studs to throw the ball to. Laurent Robinson, Dez Bryant, Miles Austin, Jason Witten, all starter worthy for your team. I'm going to rank the receivers of how I see them. Dez Bryant, I love. He's your number 1 guy. Get him in your lineup. 2, I like Laurent Robinson. He showed last week, even as the 3rd receiver, he is going to produce. He almost took that one to the house, a real long pass. And then 3rd, Miles Austin. You know what? Tony Romo loves this guy. He's working his way back into the offense slowly. Even if he is the 3rd option or 4th option, he's going to see targets. He's going to get catches. And he showed last week he can score touchdowns. Now, as far as their backfield, DeMarco Murray done for the year. Felix Jones, welcome to the starting job. Felix Jones, very scary play. A lot of people banked big bucks on him early in the season. He flaked out, and guess what? He's back again. He's got total control. He's going to see a lot of carries. He's starting off this week against an absolutely horrendous run defense. So all signs point to starting Felix Jones. He's a nice running back too. A real solid flex play. He's going to see the 20 carry mark. So let's roll with him. He's got his fullback back. I like what Dallas can do. They should score a buttload of points against Tampa. and a lot of guys that can start and help your team. As far as Tampa, they have two guys, LeGarrette Blount and Mike Williams. Blount I see as a running back 2, and Mike Williams a third receiver, maybe even a flex play this week. Sunday slate, here we go. Dolphins, Bills, Miami. Reggie Bush, he's got to start. I wasn't a believer early. He's proven me to be a believer. Reggie Bush keeps getting a lot of carries, keeps hitting 100 yards, keeps scoring touchdowns. He has become a starter every week for your fantasy team. Miami's other weapon, Brandon Marshall, gets the targets. Finally found the end zone last week. I see him receiver 3 material at best. Buffalo, Stevie Johnson, tons of targets, tons of opportunity, should continue to see the ball thrown his way. And CJ Spiller, not in love with the guy, gets his catches out of the backfield, anywhere from 3 to 5 catches. He'll get you 15 to 20 carries. Not a touchdown scoring machine, but he's going to get you yardage. He'll get you a lot of opportunity. And if you're scraping the barrel and you picked up CJ Spiller, it's not a horrible fill-in. Seattle taking on the Bears. Marshawn Lynch, you are a beast. Plain and simple, Marshawn Lynch is a must-start. He scores a touchdown basically every game he plays. He runs hard, gets 20-plus carries, catches the ball out of the backfield. Marshawn Lynch, if you were lucky enough to snag him, he is a starter, and he is damn good. For Chicago, Marion Barber, he's the only Bear I would start. He saw 23 carries last week. Workload should be about the same, and Barber can run, and he runs very, very hard. Both those running backs are must-starts. Carolina taking on the Texans. When you talk about Carolina, you talk about Cam Newton. Cam Newton, start him. Texans defense, very solid, really good against the run. Let me rephrase it. Really good against the pass. Suspect against the run. This should fit right into Cam Newton's game. He can run the ball. He's got 2 really good running backs beside him. Jonathan Stewart, DeAngelo Williams. There is a huge problem in that, though. Who do you start? Do you go with Stewart? Do you go with Williams? One game, Stewart can have 11 carries. The next game, he could have 2. Both of them very risky plays. I say running back 3 at best. Maybe a flex play for both of them. I just don't like the risk. The reward isn't great enough to risk getting a guy with 3 carries for the entire game. Not good enough for me. On the flip side, Texans have 2 beast running backs who both get a lot of action. Ben Tate, Arian Foster, both are starters this week, and both should be very productive. Owen Daniels saw a lot of targets, led the team in catches, led the team in yardage. I loved what he did last week. TJ Yates seems to have a thing for Owen Daniels. Also, Kevin Walter stepped up as that number 1 receiver that they needed. TJ Yates, again, 6 catches for Kevin Walter, scored the touchdown, looked pretty solid as well. So if you're out there, I'm sure Kevin Walter is a free agent in many leagues. If you need help at the receiver position this week, Kevin Walter is a nice fit. Also, if you're stretching for a tight end, Joel Dreesen. Yeah, you heard me. He's our second tight end. He scored a touchdown in 2 consecutive games. He might not put up a bunch of catches or a lot of targets, but when they get into the red zone, it seems like Dreesen seems to be the guy sneaking wide open. So if your tight ends are taking big dumps on you, and you want a guy who can possibly score a touchdown, roll the dice, man. Dreesen is he's a big stretch play, but 2 consecutive weeks for touchdowns, not a bad start. Titans, Colts, Damian Williams, I'm going to keep preaching him. With Jake Locker as starting quarterback, I like his production to go up. I also like Chris Johnson this week. Colts defense, nothing to write home about, and they give him a ton of carries. For the Colts, if I had to pick anyone, it would be Donald Brown. I just don't like what the Colts bring to the table week in and week out. Reggie Wayne, Pierre Garçon, all very risky plays this week. Donald Brown, again, if your running backs were decimated by injury, Donald Brown was the guy you picked up. Roll the dice, I guess, with him. Green Bay, Kansas City. This could really impact your fantasy team. Greg Jennings goes down with the knee injury. That means all the Packer receivers bump up a slot. So you have Jordy Nelson stepping in as a number 1. You have James Jones stepping in at number 2. Donald Driver stepping in, and also Randall Cobb. I'm going to guess that James Jones, Donald Driver, Randall Cobb, all are free agents in your fantasy league. Green Bay throws the ball a ton. Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback going. Kansas City blows cock on defense. You do the math. Any one of those 3 guys, who is going to step up and be the man? My guess would be James Jones getting into the end zone. Donald Driver, he's going to get his catches. Yeah, they could help you. I mean, if you need a receiver right now, the Green Bay Packers, they throw the ball a ton, probably more than anyone in the league. There you go. 3 very viable receiver options. If I'd pick up anyone, it'd be James Jones, then Driver. But, like I said, both those guys should produce quite nicely this week. Jumping ahead to the guy who is actually their starter, their stud, their white boy at receiver, Jordy Nelson is a must-play every week. Aaron Rodgers loves him, and why wouldn't you? Nelson's a touchdown machine. He's going to get a bunch of targets this week. Jordy Nelson, great play from here on out. The running back situation, Ryan Grant showed signs of life last week. I'm not sold at all. Packers ran the ball a lot more than usual, so don't get too excited and run out there and put him as your running back 1 this week. Pump your brakes a little bit. As far as Kansas City, their offense is absolutely horrendous. If you were playing anyone, it would be Dwayne Bowe. He's been silently productive, ranging 60 to 80 yards the past month since Shane Falco, who throws like he's in kindergarten, was their quarterback. Yeah, I mean, Bowe, he hasn't found the end zone in forever. But beyond all that, Dwayne Bowe, if you're really stretching, might be a nice flex play. Saints taking on the Vikings. All right. Looks like Ingram will be out again this week. Chris Ivory, a very nice pickup for those of you who can go out and get him. He'll see his... He led the team in carries last week. That's all you can ask for with the Saints running backs. Ivory will lead him in carries again, and he's got a good chance of scoring a touchdown. They'll get in the red zone. They should run pretty well on the Vikings defense and move the ball all over the field. So Chris Ivory, a nice little sleeper pick. Jimmy Graham will be the target for Drew Brees, like usual. And lo and behold, Colston, he decided to play last week. I hate the Saints receivers. The only guy I like is Jimmy Graham because you never know who it's going to be with any sort of regularity. Jimmy Graham's solid week in and week out. Colston sleeps for 4 weeks, then shows up with 2 touchdowns last week. You have Lance Moore. He'll score 2 touchdowns 2 weeks in a row, then he'll die the rest of the season. You never know who it is. I stay away. It's too sticky of a situation, too risky, especially in the playoffs, so stay back. For the Vikings, dynamic's going to change a lot this week. Adrian Peterson is back. Percy Harvin's role should slow down a little bit. Get back to pounding the rock with the man. All day, he's back right in time for the fantasy championship run. I have him. I'm very excited for this. So they have 2 guys worth anything. All day, Percy Harvin. Gerhardt, sorry, bud. You got me here, man. Good job. You're a nice fill-in, but you're not valuable anymore. Peace. Redskins taking on the Giants. Redskins, they got Roy Halou. For those of you who listened to me early in the season and held on to that man, you are thanking me greatly now. Or for those of you who ran out and picked him up and snagged him in time, great pickup. 20-plus carries a game. He catches the ball. He's the workhorse. He's productive. I don't see that changing at all. Halou, Santana Moss. Look for him to have a nice game this week. Giants can't cover anyone, so look for the Redskins to put up some points. For the Giants, Eli Manning, he's throwing the ball very well right now. He's got studs, Victor Cruz, Hakeem Nicks. I like both of them. They should both have solid weeks this week. And I also like Jake Ballard to be a nice little sleeper play this week. Eli Manning looks his way an awful lot. He'll get his opportunity. Jake Ballard, nice pickup if he's available in your league. Snag him up, enjoy him. Brandon Jacobs running strong as well. Ahmad Bradshaw coming back, didn't cut into his carries that much. It's a nice change of pace, and it seems to be benefiting Brandon Jacobs. All those Giants, really nice plays this week. Bengals, Rams, AJ Green, you're a stud. Look for him to find the end zone this week. Jermaine Gresham should see some targets. Look for him. I have him ranked right outside the top 10 for my tight ends, but he's a nice play if you have him. Rams, Steven Jackson, that's what you have. Bengals have a very solid defense. Look for the Rams to struggle on offense again this game. All right, Lions, Raiders. Keep an eye on Darren McFadden. Still not sure if the man's going to play. My personal opinion and hope, he's done for the season, but we'll see. Michael Bush has been a phenomenal fill-in. 20 carries a game, looking strong, finding the end zone weekly. You can't ask for anything more out of a running back. Megatron, where have you gone, my man? We need Calvin Johnson back. The Lions need Calvin Johnson back, and this one-catch baloney can't happen ever again. Look for Megatron to rebound. Look for him to have a great game this week. He should be able to tear up that Raider defense like the Packers did. Megatron is a must start. Stafford as well should tear up that Raider D. Won't be as gnarly as what Aaron Rodgers did, but Stafford, he should throw the ball all over the place. Look for Pettigrew. Yeah, I'm not even going any further than that. Megatron, Pettigrew, you guys do work. And keep an eye on the backfield situation. Maurice Morris, is he the starter now? Is Kevin Smith back? Follow the injury report. I'll send out tweets. I'll Facebook update. Follow along. You know, both those sites, one of those sites, whatever. You'll get the updates. Cleveland Browns, Arizona Cardinals. Play no Browns. You play Larry Fitzgerald, Beanie Wells. Both of them solid plays and move forward. Patriots, Broncos. This should be one hell of a game. A lot of people, I got an email today. Rob Gronkowski or Jimmy Graham. Holy crap, talk about a conundrum. What a great problem to have. You have the best two tight ends in the league. I said you got to ride Rob Gronkowski. I don't care about the matchup. I don't care who he's playing. Gronk is on fire. 2 touchdowns a game, putting up huge yardage. Tom Brady's #1 target. Gronk is a must start. So, for the Patriots, Tom Brady, duh. Gronkowski, of course. Wes Welker, another great play. And for the Broncos, love Tim Tebow. He should be able to do something against that rotten Patriot defense. Demaryius Thomas, I love this guy. He's stepping up, being the guy. And I also think Willis McGahee, he should rebound, maybe find the end zone this week. But it's going to be interesting, the game plan that Denver implements against the Patriots. They're going to want to slow it down, I have a feeling, because you cannot hold Tom Brady down for long. So, I'm playing all my Patriots, and the Broncos, you're going to have to keep up. This should be fun. Maybe Tebow's going to be able to unleash his arm a little bit this game. Jets, Eagles. Sean Green, he's running well. He's not on fire like some people are saying. He had over 100 yards and a touchdown last week. Wow, call the news. We'll be okay. And Santonio Holmes. Those two I would start. They should be able to do some work against that Philly D. Look for Sean Green to have a solid game. Philadelphia's run defense, as we've heard all year long, is very poor. And for the Eagles, they could be running into a very difficult matchup this week. Michael Vick, he's not the Vick of last year, but he's a pretty solid fantasy quarterback. Deshaun Jackson's going to be a tough cover. He is going to be covered very tough. He's going to have a tough game. I don't like any of the Philly receivers. I don't like Brent Selleck. LaShawn McCoy going up against a very good run defense. Just an all in all very difficult week for the Eagles. Look for McCoy to get his touchdown. I'm not saying bench him. I'm not seeing like a 2 or 3 touchdown game out of McCoy though. What we're used to. McCoy, he's a starter. Get him in the lineup. He'll do his thing. But don't expect huge numbers out of him. Ravens, Chargers. Ravens, you start Ray Rice. Chargers, Ryan Matthews, Antonio Gates. Beyond that, Vincent Jackson. Too damn risky. Sit your ass on the bench. I'm sick of starting you, getting 2 catches, and no production. Beyond that, those are your starters in this game. The Monday night showdown is going to shock you. I think Rashard Mendenhall, you bench. He's going up against a 49er defense that is just solid. They do not budge. Mendenhall's going to have a hell of a time running against that. And now the rest of the Pittsburgh offense. What's going to happen? Is Big Ben going to play? He's been hobbling around with a high ankle sprain, which is never good. I have a feeling he's going to try to play. How effective he's going to be, I don't know. But if he plays, Antonio Brown, Mike Wallace. This is a real big problem for Big Ben owners out there. Will he play? Won't he play? What are you going to do? Are you going to hold on to him in your starting lineup and then start Pittsburgh's backup? Really risky. Check the free agent board out there. Maybe you can find a nice steal in there. Rex Grossman should have a good game this week. There's going to be others in there that should be able to help you through this week. But right now, Ben Roethlisberger, very, very iffy coming into Monday night. For the 49ers, this is going to be a very difficult matchup for him. Frank Gore, what are you going to do? He's looked horrible the past couple weeks. He had that long touchdown run, but 49ers had it right at the goal line. Gore got stuffed. I think Gore is an every week starter, but the Pittsburgh D ranks 6th in the NFL against the run. Not going to be fun to run against. If you have better options on the bench, maybe even sliding a guy like Tim Tebow's #1 target. It's a risky play, but I'm going to do it myself for my fantasy team. I'm rolling the dice with this. Tim Tebow's #1 guy against a Patriots defense that isn't very good. A game that should be higher scoring. Against a game that should be very low scoring. Frank Gore, his touches have been going down. He's looked really slow and old. Yeah, this is a risky play, but I think the risk reward in that, it's a good benefit. And the other 2 49ers, Michael Crabtree, Vernon Davis, I think all of the above are risky plays. I would avoid 49ers at all cost. There you have it. That is round 2 of the playoffs. If you have any questions, feel free. Hit me up. YouTube comment, Facebook, Twitter. You know my handles. Do it up. Email me, Craig@sportscoach.com. Good luck. Advance. Oh, man. Almost to the Super Bowl. Let's get busy. Let's win that money. Good luck, Spud Nation. We're out.